So CMSs have historically been used to create websites, but we are at View redefining what CMSs can do. And in this particular case, we will see how CMS can be used to completely control your login journey. Now what you see in front of you is a typical login page, which has the OAuth sign-in and the email password sign-in. So let's open it up and see that you have some content blocks which define that. You have the OAuth sign-in at the top, where you can choose which type of authentication providers you want to use. Right, I can keep adding more if I want to over here, and if I just refresh, you will see more buttons showing up. Now in this case, I haven't implemented GitHub and Twitter, so if I just do sign in with GitHub, I think I'll get a exception. Now you can also, of course, change the layouts of these things. So I can always go up and say that my email password has to be first, followed by the divider, and then I have the OAuth sign-ins. And I can also go in and say that these OAuth sign-ins should have a different type of layout. Not with an icon and text, but let's say just with the icons, because I have a lot of them, right? So I have about 3 of them right now, or 4 of them actually right now. So if I now refresh, you'll see that I have my email at the top, email password at the top, and then you have my icons for the OAuth sign-ins at the bottom. So let's make it a little more descriptive and go to icon and text, and then turn off GitHub and Twitter, and then if I now refresh, you will get back to your previous state. I think Twitter is still here, so let's refresh that. Yeah, now it's gone. Sometimes it takes a little while to kind of see the changes through. All right, so we are back to this state now. Now you can see that the configuration of these blocks is pretty straightforward, right? So you were able to set it up very quickly, and each of these blocks can also fire off actions. So the email password has an action for when the sign up completes, right? When the sign in completes, rather, or if you're registering as a new user, you could also use this action to decide where to go. And you can also have a forgot password action, you have a sign up action, and so on. So if I click on the sign up action, right now it's set to navigation. So if I click on this, it goes to the sign up page. And this has been again configured to have actions for the login. So if you already have an account, you click on login, it goes back to the login page. And similarly over here, if you now click on forgot password, it goes to the forgot password page. Right, you can always go back and then come back over here. Right, so now let's actually do a login. So I have a test account set up. So I have a test@test.com, which is amazingly useful email. And then the password, as you guess, is test123. Yeah, you can go and hack that one. And now if I sign in, it goes into the main page, right? So in fact, I can go in over here and also check my user block. Sorry, not this one. I can check my conditions, and then I think I have a user block over here. You can see that it has a email password based sign-in for this particular email. Right, so let's log out and go back, and then go back over here, go back to login again, and over here. Now you can also, of course, also do OAuth based sign-in. So I can definitely sign in with Google, and let me continue that. Pick an account, and then of course give the permissions. And now it'll again go back to login page. But this time, if you go and check the user block, you will see that it is set to my Google method with my email set to pawan@view.tech. Right, so you can see that this authentication actually works very nicely, and there's hardly any configuration that you would have to do as a business user. It's all set up mostly in the Flutter side by setting up your JSON files and Xcode and Android, and also configuring the Firebase services in this case. Right, so all those implementation details are done on the Flutter side, but you get a nice way of managing what kind of authentication providers you want to use, how the layout should be, and so on and so forth. And this way, you actually get a lot of control to the business teams to manage the rendering of these login screens and also the journeys without relying too much on the engineering teams. So there you can see that CMS can do a lot more than just websites. And this is one example of using authentication flows configured entirely from a CMS.